Alright guys, Dokkan time again, and today I'm going to be doing a no item run for stage 4 of Cell. So I've actually already beaten this stage several times actually. I just have never gotten a no item recorded, and I honestly had a hard time no iteming it. This is a sped up version of the no item run. The no item actually took me close to 20 minutes to get done, so I actually shaved off about 7 minutes just trying to fast forward it. But I'll kind of go over my thought process that happened in here. There is a couple moments where, there was actually one moment where I had to reset the game because I made a very sketchy move on trying to get my health back up. This whole red zone stage is actually pretty darn easy, I would honestly say. You can stun lock all the way up to, I think, his perfect form, actually. Not his perfect form, but his AGL stage. So you have this tech phase, and then you have his second form, which is intelligence, and then you have his third form, which is AGL. Now that's actually when it starts to get a little more complicated, to say the least. Like I said, though, you can stun lock if you have the proper units. Obviously, you would need one every turn. The only unit I think on this team that can reliably stun is Pan. I do believe Piccolo does have a stun on one of his, it's either his 12 or 18 key, or maybe I'm thinking of Gohan. But either way, we didn't really have too much of a hard time. We did get randomly hit with some super attacks. As you can see, Pan came in with a dodge right there. She was very clutch about that. But the only issue with the stunning is that you're not getting in hits. You're not getting those passives built with like Piccolo and Gamma 1 and I think that's, oh wait, no, and with LR Trunks. So it was semi-ly difficult once I got to the later stages. These first couple stages are not a big deal. They're not even really anything to really worry about, unless you just randomly get screwed over by well, a super attack. The main thing you want to keep in mind is that once you hit that cell stage, AGL Cell, he will start double supering, and that is the issue right there. Is in the AGL phase, you can get double supered. He can do quite a bit of damage if he hits you. Even if it's against Piccolo, which I think we'll actually get to see. Keep in mind, Piccolo is really good until his entrance buff wears off. Once that wears off, that's when things start to get a little bit more sketchy with even putting him up front. Unless he's fully built up. I think Piccolo's actually going to finish him off right here. The irony is I have done this stage at least 10 times in total. And I've pretty much used up all the amounts of tries I can use with this stage. And I've gotten really close to no item runs, and I think I did one no item run I just didn't record. But this was the only time out of so many attempts that I could actually get it done. So I didn't want to keep recording and recording or restarting and restarting, because it's just, it honestly gets down to a luck factor on the PHY Cell stage, because he hits like a freaking truck. He really does. And it's either you dodge him, or you just tank it barely with a built-up unit. Unlike with Stage 3, Gogeta didn't actually do too much, in all honesty. I think I floated him off the majority of the time. But I also floated off Gamma 2 after a little bit. I don't think I did, yeah. On this stage, because we already had him stunned, I think I was just trying to build up Gamma 2 just in case. So on the next stage, we can stun Cell. This is going to be this is the stage where you have to actually start worrying about what happens. You could get really screwed over by a random super attack. He does hit pretty hard. He's not difficult because you can stun him. The thing to also keep in mind is that the first stage, Cell can lower your attack, and the second stage, he can lower your attack. In this stage, he can greatly lower your defense after a super attack, which is very terrifying because that means he's 50% lowering your defense once he super attacks you. So even normals could probably do some damage depending on the unit that he hits. See, we got the stun off on him. I knew it was Piccolo that could get that. Or maybe it was Pan that actually got it. Either way, because we got the stun off, there wasn't really much to worry about. You pretty much can just barrel roll through this Cell. It's not too bad if you stun lock him. Like I said, the worst part about this Red Zone Cell is 100% the Fizz stage and worrying about if he double supers in his AGL stage. So Cell is not stunned on this stage, and I worried a little bit about it. And notice I kind of messed up right there. I messed up and did not give Pan enough ki. I did not realize it, though, until she actually super attacked. Unfortunately, they did not additional super right there. See, now, if she had actually super attacked and got a stun off, we probably would have been sitting nice and pretty. Unfortunately, Gogeta does not dodge. Notice we barely survived that. This is the part where I started to panic. I really started to panic here. So I don't know what happened to Piccolo's passive, but I don't think it was going to go off because we were well below 30% right there, and there should have been no reason that it shouldn't have just activated right there and gave us our HP back. But we had the Dokkan attack, which pretty much kills him right here. If I had put anyone else in that slot, I'm afraid we would have died. Straight up. It would have happened. We would have died. Now, I wish I could have saved that Dokkan attack for the Fizz form, because, like I said, Fizz Cell hits like a freaking truck. And you're going to see it right now. Now, this friend Piccolo, I don't believe is fully built up after his entrance went away. Yeah, he hit us for 566. That's insane. If I had put any of the other two on there, we would have died. Maybe if Pan could have dodged, but I wasn't willing to roll the dice on that. And you really shouldn't. I mean, you can depend on Gogeta for that, but if you go back and look at Truth's videos, you'll know dang well that that wasn't a good plan. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So right here, I believe is... I don't think this is it. It was a little bit later. Yeah, right now I was just depending on the hope that Gogeta would dodge. Yep, dodge. I don't actually think Fizz Cell actually supers that often. I'm pretty sure he guaranteed super attacks in the first slot, on his first appearance. But then after that, I think he just kind of he stops. He gives you one extra turn to really take him down. Because if you didn't notice, he's only got like 5 health bars, which is literally nothing. I think this is where this is where I reset it, because I desperately wanted to make sure I had enough HP to actually survive. I really needed to make sure I had enough HP, because remember, this is a no item run, and I wasn't going to depend on Piccolo's passive to actually get through that. So I think right here what I did was, yeah, I got the HP from that. I only grabbed a little right there and made sure to get a little bump of HP right there. Every single orb of HP helps immensely. And in the final phase, we didn't really have to worry too much. I mean, I could honestly probably split this and probably beef it up, because I think, yeah, this is going to take a hot minute to get through. Okay, so I decided to zoom that up quite a bit just because I did not want to have to deal with just watching Piccolo whack at Cell for the entirety of the time. It would have been painful as heck. I had to super zoom this up. I think this is like a 400% increase on speed. But yeah, once we hit this STR phase, I will be real with you, in every iteration that I've been able to beat Cell, it's because I have Orange Piccolo a little bit. I either get really lucky on dodges, or Piccolo just sits there and wails on him for an umpteenth amount of time. Just like Stage 3, I don't think that STR Cell, or at least the last phase of Cell, is super manageable with other units. I still think you need a more up-to-date team to really get through this in a manageable way without items specifically. If you have items that you're using, sure, I'm sure you'd be fine. I wouldn't honestly even give a crap about Cell if you have items. If you're willing to spend the Whis just to get through him, because he's got a lot of health. He takes a bit of damage. He does super attack and he does hit pretty hard, but he's not lowering your attack, he's not lowering your defense, he's not sealing you, he's not stunning you. He doesn't have any gimmicks. All the gimmicks are before the final stage. Basically, if you get to this stage, you're good. You're pretty much done. I didn't even use Cell. I didn't even use LR Piccolo twice. I only had to use him once, and even then, it didn't take more than half his health. So, but anyways, guys, that's pretty much the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps you out if you were having trouble with the stage. But anyways, have a good day and a good night.